Hello everyone, how you all doing? I hope you're doing okay. It's your girl Roslyn Alfred. If you're joining for the first time, you're welcome to the family. Do well to click on the subscribe button. And to my returning subscribers, thank you for the amazing support. Thank you so much for always coming back. This video is long overdue. I'm glad I'm doing it today, honestly. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my journey to the United States for delivery and my experience. And most importantly, 5 things you should know before embarking on this audacious journey based on my experience. Before we go into the discourse of today, let me quickly show you how my journey went. I'll come back. So number one on my list is finance. You really need to prepare for this one. It is extremely important. I had my baby in Atlanta, Georgia, and the prices differs based on hospitals. I settled for Atlanta not because it is cheaper than other states, but because we have a family friend there. Though I did my research about the prices in other states like Houston, Texas, Maryland, Dallas, amongst others. And just like in Nigeria, C-section is way more expensive than vaginal delivery. So the prices, according to my research, as at my time for Houston, Texas, for vaginal births, I think it was 4,000, and for C-section, I think $5,700. And for Dallas, it was 5,700 for vaginal delivery, and for C-section, it was 7,300. And you guys, Maryland was way more expensive, honestly. According to the research I did, I don't know, I may be wrong. I think Maryland is the most expensive state to have a baby. The price for natural births was, I think, 10,000, and C-section was $13,000. That is huge. And guess what, guys? Doctor's fee is not included. Yes, you heard me right. It's not like the way we do in Nigeria that you can just maybe register in a hospital, pay for either you're paying for natural birth or C-section, you're just making a one-off payment, and they tell you the price and that's it. But over there it is different. You pay for hospital separately, you pay for doctor separately. And for doctor's fee too, C-section is more expensive than natural birth. My own case, I had a C-section, so I paid 4,800 for doctor's fee, and I paid 5,500 for hospital fee. And there are still some other small payments that you make, like pediatrician fee, epidural, baby's documentation, and so many more. Yes, but please, I'm not saying this to scare you, honestly, but I just want you to be prepared. Please prepare yourself, so that you are not caught unaware. Don't say I did not warn you. In my own case, I was very lucky because apart from the research I did, my host told me all I needed to know, honestly. So after delivery, the nurses came, they kept coming. They want to take baby for this test, they want to take baby for that test, ear test, and all of that. My sister, my host told me all that when they will come. When they come, just tell them no, you're not interested. So, and that was exactly what I did. I was able to avoid some tests, but I think they took him for the ear test. And at the end of the day, bill came. My host said, Shebi, I warned you. Before, what were you expecting? And the result came, and they said, baby passed ear test. My host was like, before, baby for no passed hearing test. Ah, of course, I gave birth to a complete baby. So, of course, the result will come out good, yes. So, please avoid all those, except the ones that are very, very important, that are very, very vital. But for all those little tests, the way they will come and tell you that we're taking baby for this, we're taking baby for that. Don't say yes to everything, because at the end of the day, after you've left the hospital, that is when the bills will start coming. You'll be shocked, you'll be surprised. And trust me, you cannot escape all these bills, because even if you come back to Nigeria and it is time for you to renew your visa, guess what? It will come out on their system, and they may end up denying you visa. So I'll advise you, prepare yourself, honestly. Prepare yourself and make sure you settle all your bills. And before you leave the hospital, make sure you ask for your zero balance, your receipts of zero balance. The doctor's office, for me, I gathered all my receipts, every little payment, even if it's $1, I make sure I ask all receipts. So I have all my receipts so that in case I'm going for my visa renewal, I'll have all my evidence that I am not owing your country, It is very, very important. But honestly, just prepare yourself and it will be a smooth ride for you. So the number two on my list is transportation. So once you've settled for the state you want to go to, I'll advise that you register in a hospital that is not too far from where you live. It is important. Why? Because Uber is not cheap, except your hosts are available to take you around, take you shopping, and also take you for your doctor's appointments. Then it is fine. But if you don't have anybody to take you, my sister, Uber is not cheap. And me, as for me, for 8 weeks straight, every once in a week, I do go for my doctor's appointment. So, cheap, cheap, honestly. You can imagine sometimes I pay 30, $35 going. I pay the same thing coming back, sometimes 20 something dollars thereabout. So calculate the money at the end of the day. Cheap, oh my sister. It is not cheap. And you also need to go out to shop for baby things. And guess what? After baby arrives too, going for doctor's appointment, you also use Uber and carrying car seats around. In that place you cannot just hold your baby in your hand in the car. You need to put baby in a car seat. And that one too can be very, very stressful, honestly. It's in fact it was really, really stressful for me because going for doctor's appointments, baby will be in the car seat. We'll use Uber, come down from the car. I'll struggle to take baby inside, coming back again, the same thing. And going for shopping, with baby. Ah, it was stressful too because baby will be in the car seat. I'll have to put baby in the car. And well, that made it easy for me. Sha, moving around in the store, prepare. And the number three on my list is the aftercare for mother and baby. I suffered. If there's another name for suffer, hey, oh, I saw hell, honestly. So I would advise, if you are planning to deliver outside the country, hmm, it's better you go with either your husband or your mother or your mother-in-law. Except, of course, you have family members over there to help you. But if you don't have, please save enough money to go with one of these people that I've mentioned. It is very, very important. I suffered though, coupled with the fact that I had a C-section, my host, the people over there, they don't joke with their jobs. Honestly, they do not. The highest you can get from them is maybe a day or two. And you won't blame them because bills has to be paid. You pay for electricity, you pay for water, you pay for, so many bills. In my own case, we applied together as a family, but I don't know what happened. Somehow, my application got separated from theirs. That is my husband and Ethan. They gave them a different date for interview. I had a different date. They gave them 2024. I mean, I got an earlier date. I went for my interview and I aced it. So that was why I traveled alone. And it wasn't funny, honestly. Dealing with the pains after delivery and, a newborn baby. You have sleepless nights and all of that. It wasn't easy for me, honestly. It was not easy. I'll tell you the truth. If you have the means, the capacity with any of the people that I've mentioned to reduce your stress, trust me. And number four on my list is traveling documents for baby. This information I'm giving you, if only I had that information. But it's fine. I I suffered though, but God came through. Honestly, God came through for me. So I had my baby They gave me a form I filled, and they told me baby's birth certificate will be ready in few days, and once baby's social security number is ready, they'll deliver that one to you at home. Yes. I think it took about a week, or I can't remember, but it was delivered to me. And you need the social security number to start the process of the baby's passport. So finally our social security number came, and I started the process of the passport. So I went to the passport office, got the form, filled it. I paid for the expedited fee. Normally, the process takes between 3 to 9 weeks, and if you pay for expedited fee, it takes between 3 to 6 weeks. So at that point, I was desperate. I was eager to go home to my husband and Ethan. So I paid for the expedited fee, and they said they'll be needing a notarized consent form signed by the dad. So I couldn't complete the process that day because I had to go back home to call my husband. So I told my husband where to download the form. So he signed it and it was notarized. So he sent it back to me through DHL. So when the form got to me, I went back there to submit the form. Guess what, guys? I waited for another 1 week or 2 weeks. Then I went back online to check the status, and still I wasn't seeing any progress. So I had to put a call through. And luckily for me, the lady that attended to me, she asked me some few questions, and I answered. I explained everything to her. She checked my son's record and everything, and she advised that if I have a departure date, that she can actually book me for an appointment at the passport office. But then I asked her to check for the available dates. So she checked the nearest available date was in New Orleans. And guess what? I was willing to go because at that point I just wanted to come back. Because I told my mom, I said, just book a flight and go and do it and come back. By the end of the day, I sat down, thought about it with a newborn baby, going to New Orleans, and at the end of the day, I'll have to stay in the hotel and, you know, all of that stress. So I asked her to check for a date, available date in Atlanta. So she checked, and luckily for me, the available date in Atlanta was, I think, 3 days after the date she gave me for New Orleans. So I told her to go ahead and book the date for me. So of course she said I need to have a departure date before she can do that. So immediately I spoke with my husband and we booked our flight. So I called back, gave her the date, and then she booked me for an appointment. That call was made on, I think, on Wednesday, and she booked me for an appointment the following week, Monday, for 8 a.m. My departure date was March 14th. And yes, your appointment date and your departure date must be within 40 days. It can't be more than that. So when I got there for my appointment, they attended to me. And yes, I had to pay the exact same fee that I paid before. I had to pay it again because this one was a new process entirely. So I got there, they took all my documents, I made the payments. And when the guy got to the consent form, he said the consent form was not acceptable. I said, you see, he said it was not acceptable, that it was locally notarized. I said, okay, what do I do? My departure date is 14th. That is next week, Tuesday. So the guy said nothing can be done, that the consent form should be notarized at the embassy in my country. Hey, my sister, my eyes red though. I almost started crying, but listen, I go to. So I left, called my husband. My husband quickly rushed down to the US embassy in Nigeria. He got there. Guess what? They told him to notarize consent form. You have to go online to book a date. just like they do for visa interview. We went online and checked the available dates was for 30th of March. Remember I said my departure date was for 14th of March. Ha. I start to cry. Oh. I start to cry because at that point my tired was tired, you know. I've had sleepless nights with the baby, you know. At that point I was tired. I just wanted to leave. Ah, I couldn't sleep that night, so I couldn't sleep honestly. I was up all night. Immediately, a thought crossed my mind, so I quickly went to U.S. Embassy in Nigeria. I went to their page and got a number from there. Immediately, it was 8 a.m. Nigerian time. I put a call through. Luckily for me, a woman picked, so I explained my situation to her. She gave me an email address. She said I should do a mail to them explaining what I just explained to her, that if I'm lucky and they respond to me before the close of business, fine and good. And if they don't, I should call back. So luckily for us, we sent a mail and they responded and they asked my husband to come back on, I think, Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. So my husband went back on Thursday. The document was notarized. So he went to DHL. DHL said the document will not get to me until Monday or Tuesday. And remember, I was to leave on Tuesday. So I had to call the passport office. I called them to explain the situation to them. So I asked if they would accept a scanned copy. So they said with a scanned copy, they can only issue me a temporary passport. So I tried told my husband to scan the document and send to me. So I went back to the office on Friday. Yes, Friday with the scanned copy. So when it was my turn, I submitted all my documents. That was 8 a.m. Yes, I submitted all my documents. So what they do is you get your passport the same day, but passport collection starts I think 2 p.m. 2 to 3 p.m. So I had to wait outside or inside the cold with my baby. Though my baby was in a car seat, well covered, but we had to wait. From that morning, I waited till 2 p.m. because the office was very far from the house. I think with Uber it was between $60 to $65. I don't want to convert because when I go shout. So I waited till 2 p.m. So when it was time for passport collection, we all went in. When it got to my turn, I saw them giving people passports. They handed me an envelope. I opened the same thing. They complained about the consent form. Ha, guys, I change them for them there. Oh. I change them like I was very angry. I was very mad. I said you rejected the first one. You said it was locally notarized. We got another one notarized at the embassy. Can't you see the stamp? The US embassy stamp. So the lady said, please calm down, calm down. She said I shouldn't panic, that I should go and sit down. I was very angry because with all the stress that I've gone through, you know, and I waited in the cold with my little baby, my few weeks old baby, from morning till 2 p.m. And now you're telling me this. So they pleaded, they said I should just go and wait. So I sat down. I waited for, I think, additional 1 hour. Finally, guys, they gave me my son's passport. And guess what? They gave me 5 years. Yes, 5 years passport. So that was how I left too. I was very happy. In fact, I was hungry before, but immediately I saw that thing, my hunger disappeared. I was just happy that hey, finally I'll be going back to my country on Tuesday. So that was how I went back home happy. And I started packing my things. I was excited to leave. So long story short, once you've had your baby, immediately you get your social security number and you know you are desperate to come back home like me. Just make sure you have a departure date. Once you have a departure date, go online to put a call through to book an appointment. You know, once you have your delivery date, sorry, your departure date, and you're able to get appointment, you are going to trust me, and you have your document, your complete document, trust me, you get your passport that same day. You get it that day. If I had known, I wouldn't have waited, wasted that the 3 weeks that I wouldn't have gone through all that route, honestly. I would have just booked my flight, get my appointment, and just get my son's passport and move. But we learn every day. So yeah. So you guys, number 5 is airport struggles with a newborn. You guys, I suffered. I saw Shege Pro Max. Like literally. At some point I started crying because I couldn't, the only way I could express myself was there was nobody to talk to. So the only way to just express, like, I just started crying. And it's when I got on the last plane. And please, to avoid delay at the airport, I'll advise you have your bags way at home, know the exact kg, so that when you get to the airport, they won't delay you unnecessarily. Me, I did that. So when I got to the airport, in fact, my check-in was sharp, sharp, you know. But I carried a backpack where I had my baby's clothes, you know, and diapers and the rest of them. And I had a carrier in the front, and I also carried my handbag. That airport work cannot be small thing. No. I had so many connecting flights from Atlanta to New York, from New York to I can't remember. Sha. I just had about 2, 3, about 4 connecting flights. You can imagine, right? The airport worker. In fact, at some point I missed one. I think I missed the flight that was supposed to take me to Chad. I think so. Yeah, I missed the one that was supposed to take me to Chad. Then from Chad back to Nigeria, I missed that one. I cried because I was tired. The TSA. If you have gadgets, you have phones in your bag, you have to open the bag. If you have laptop, you have to open the bag, bring out the laptop, the phones, bring baby out from the carrier, they'll check the carrier. I did that more than 4 times. You can imagine, and nobody to help me. After doing that, then you start putting your things back in the bag, put your baby back in the carrier. But the flight that I missed was not my fault. We had a delay, so that one a long story. But finally, they put us on another plane. But we had about how many hours delay? So that flight took us to London. Then from London, finally, I came back to Nigeria. So all these struggles would have been easy if I had gone with my husband. Hmm? So that's why I advise that don't take the trip alone. Honestly, don't take it alone. For your mental health sake, don't take it alone. I almost ran mad. I almost did, honestly, to a point that the woman that sat next to me, oh, God bless that woman, she helped me with Nathan because Nathan started crying non-stop. I got tired. She just took the baby from because I was just crying. Helped me to pacify him, and she was good. She told me she was also come back from her daughter's place. She went to do a mugo. So she did well with Nathan on that flight. That woman was God sent, honestly. She really helped me. So please don't do that journey alone. Please, I beg you. There's nothing like a strong woman, strong woman. Please. You can imagine I went through all that wahala and with C-section. It wasn't funny. So please don't do that journey alone. Do not. Do not. Don't say I did not warn you. So guys, I hope you find this information helpful and I hope you enjoyed the video. Please kindly leave your beautiful comments. Give this video a big thumbs up. Share the video and also don't stop subscribing. Please don't stop telling people about my channel. Please help me grow. I am begging. Help me blow this channel up. I am desperate. Like, can't wait to start seeing 500 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers, 2,500K. Amen. 1 million subscribers. Yes, it is achievable. It is doable with your help, of course. So please don't stop telling people about this channel, okay? I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for the support. I love you so much. Bye.